Good morning, students. Here we have another very interesting example. See here, three resistors are connected as shown in the figure. Through the resistors of 5 ohm, a current of 1 ampere is flowing. The question is, part A, what is the potential difference across AB, point A and B, and across AC, point A and C? Part B, what is the current through the other two resistors, that is R2 and R3? What is the total resistance? This is the third part of the question. Again, as I told you all, that first of all we need to label the resistors very clearly, which has already been done in this question. Second point is to look for the current. Is current flowing through these resistors is same or different? Now to start with, here I1 is given out to be 1 ampere in the question. This 1 ampere current flows through R1 resistor. When it reaches at this point, the current gets two paths to flow. So through this path, let us say through R2 I2 current is flowing, and through R3 I3 current is flowing. Now clearly, when it comes at this point, I2 and I3 will combine to form I1. So here again I2 plus I3 will be I1. Now the question is, let us come to the first part of the question. So before that, we will start with what all has been given. So here given R1 is equal to 5 ohm, I1 is equal to 1 ampere, R2 is equal to 10 ohm, R3 is equal to 15 ohm, right? Now we can see here, first question is, what is the potential difference across AB? So let us talk about this point A and AB. Here across AB we know the current that is flowing and we know the resistance. So for first portion, potential across point AB. So I am writing here as VAB. It will be I1 R1, that is using Ohm's law, right? So this is nothing but I1 is 1 ampere and R1 is 5 ohm. So this comes out to be 5 volt. So VAB is 5 volt. But here you can see we have another part. What is the potential difference across point AC? So you see students, point AC. To know the potential difference across point AC, we should be knowing what is the potential difference across point B and C. So once we calculate the potential difference between point B and C, we can easily find out the potential difference across AC by adding them, right? So now VAC is nothing but VAB plus VBC, right? So now we can see here between point BC we have two resistors. One is R2, which is 10 ohm, and another is R3, which is 15 ohm, right? And this is point B and this is point C. So now we know that current I is flowing through it, I1 is flowing through it, and it is getting divided into I2 and I3, and then again current I1 is coming out of this junction, right? So the potential VBC will be equal to I1 into the total resistance between these 2 points, means the combination of R2 and 3. Now how will we find R23? R23, we know that R2 and R3 are connected in parallel, right? So R23 will be equal to R2 R3 upon R2 plus R3, which is nothing but I'll write here R23 will be equal to 15 into 10 into 15 upon 10 plus 15, which is 150 upon 25, right? So this comes out to be 5 5 30, that is 6 ohm. So we have R23 as 6 ohm. right? So what will be VBC? VBC will be equal to I1 into R23, that is 1 ampere into 6 ohm, that is 6 volt. Now students, we have this, we can mark it as 1. We have VAB as 5 volt and VBC is equal to 6 volt. So in order to get VAC which is equal to VAB plus VBC, which is equal to 5 volt plus 6 volt, right? Now see, this is 11 volt. So this is the first part of our question. Second part, that is, what is the current through the other two resistors? Current through other two resistors, that is, we want to find out I2 and I3. Now once we know the potential difference across R2 and R3, we know in case of parallel the potential difference across R2 and R3 will be same. So current I2 has been asked, so it will be VBC upon R2 and I3 will be VBC upon R3. VBC we have calculated as 6 volt. So 6 volt divided by R2 is 10 ohm. So it is 0.6 ampere I2 and I3 will be 6 volt divided by 15. So this comes out to be 0.4 ampere. Now students, you see that I2, sum of I2 and I3, 0.6 plus 0.4, this comes out to be 1 ampere, right? And we know that I2 plus I3, that is 0.6 plus 0.4 should be equal to I1, and I1 is 1 ampere. So we have in a way we have cross checked also. So in this way we can say that our answer is right. Now we come up to the third part of the question. Student, part of the question says, what is the total resistance? Now see, in order to find out, you please focus here on the figure. So total resistance here, this is R1, this is R2, this is R3, right? Now we know that R3. Now we know that R2 and R3 were in parallel, so we had a equivalent resistance. Now here we will write R1 as it is, and R2 and R3 were in parallel, so the combination R23, and this was the point A, and this was point B, and this was point C, right? So here it is 5 volt and this is 6 volt, right? So now what is the total resistance? We can see that R1 and R2, and we know that I1 current is flowing, I1 1 ampere current is flowing. So same current is flowing through R1 and R23. So R1 and R23 are in series, right? So R total, which is nothing but R123, is equal to R1 plus R23. So this comes out to be R total is equal to R1 is 5 ohm and R23 we have already calculated as 6 ohm. You can see R23 is 6 ohm, right? So 5 ohm plus 6 ohm, this comes out to be 11 ohm. This is R total, right? So in this way we have solved all three parts of the question. Okay. Now very quickly I'll move to the next question. Question 4. Show how would you join the three resistors, each of resistance 9 ohm, so that the equivalent net resistance of the combination is 13.5 ohm and 6 ohm. Again it is the combination of again we have to look for the combination of first part. What is given? We'll write here given that R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 and all the resistances are equal and it is equal to 9 ohm. Okay. So what we have now, see students, we need a combination such that the equivalent is 13.5 ohm. Clearly, if you see here, R1, if we join all three in series, R1 plus R2 plus R3, then it becomes 9 plus 9 plus 9, that is 27 ohm, which is more than the required. So all three resistors will not be in series. Similarly, if we combine them in parallel, R1 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3, so this comes out to be 3 times 1 by 9. So this comes out to be 3 ohm, which is again not required. So neither the resistances are arranged in all series nor the resistances are arranged in all parallel. It means at least two resistance should be there in parallel and then in series, or it can be like it at least two resistors should be in series and then one in parallel. Okay, so let me first of all try out. Let me take R1 like this and let me take R2 and R3 as in parallel. Okay, so R2 and R3 in parallel. So now this is 9, this is 9 and this is 9. So if R2 and R3 in parallel, R2, 3 are in parallel, so this is going to be R2, R3 upon R2, R3. So this is R2, R3 is how much? 9 into 9 upon 9 plus 9. Right. So this is nothing but 81 divided by 18. Okay. So this comes out to be 81 by 18, that is 9 by 2. So R23 comes out to be 9 by 2 ohm, that is 4.5 ohm. Now you see students, here we will have R1, that is 9 ohm, and R23 which is equal to 4.5 ohm. So now R1 and R23 are in series, right? So R1 and R23 are in series. It means it is equal to equivalent resistance equal to R1 plus R23. So 9 ohm plus 4.5 ohm. So this comes out to be 13.5 ohm. So this is our required answer, isn't it? This was the equivalent resistance that we that was asked in the question, 13.5 ohm. So it means this plan is going to work for us. This combination is going to work for us, right? So now similarly we'll move to the second part, right? So for second part, let us see. Second part we have 6 ohm. Okay, so I'll quickly solve this. See here. So you can take two resistance in series and then one in parallel. So 9 ohm, 9 ohm and 9 ohm. So these two, let me say R1, R2 and R3, right? So R1 and R2 are in series. So R1 plus R2, that is 9 plus 9 is 18 ohm. So this is R12 and R3 in series. So 1, 1, 2 and R3 is in series, are in parallel now. So this will be 1 by 18 plus 1 by 9, right? So this comes out to be, if we solve it further, then we get that the answer comes out to be 18 into 9 by 18 plus 9, and that is nothing but 162 by 27, and if we solve it further we get 6 ohm. So this is the required combination. If in question you see we required 6 ohm. So for the first part, this is the required combination, and for the second part, this is the desired combination. Okay, so we have to use our common sense and try to find out. First of all, we will see that whether the combination is exceeding the series combination or the parallel combination. In this way we will proceed. Thank you so much.